Okay, now you'll see that under converting, which is still highlighted here on the left, it says all documents have been processed. We go to published, and there are both newsletters. Um, if I were to click on open, we'd see a full page representation of the flipbook, but we're going to go ahead and make a miniature representation of the flipbook that we're going to embed on our website, and we're going to use the handy dandy embed widget here on the right, and we're going to click on it. Well, first we're going to highlight the one that we're going to embed, and then we're going to click on embed, and we get a new interface. First you see the full issue you page for that newsletter, and then you get the widget here where we make the miniature embed image. We'll go through the options. First, it says always show flip buttons. Since someone coming to your website who is not familiar with these flip books, it's always handy to identify that by turning this on. That means that when they scroll over on the mouse, they'll see dynamic buttons that indicate that, oh, the pages will flip, and that if you double click on the virtual image, it'll bring open a full screen representation of the publication as a flipbook. Layout, by default, it's 2 up. That's kind of the cool thing about it. So when it's 2 up, that means that if you're on an interior page, you'll have a 2-page spread with the right-hand page and left-hand page, and it has some subtle shading in the middle indicating the spine of the book. The size, you can make this smaller flip book different sizes according to how it fits into the layout of your web page. We'll just leave it at the default 420 pixels wide. You can change the background that your image of the flip book is presented on. By default, it's this light gray. You can pick a web color, dark. You can sort of change that aspect of it in various different ways. Auto flip by default is off. I would leave that off as well. If you turn it on, what it does is as soon as your web page loads, it starts an animated movie of your entire book flipping through page by page. The disadvantage of that is that it makes your file size larger. Everybody who comes to your website has to wait while it downloads, the graphics of each individual page in your document, which slows down your page load and, you know, uh, may take too long for some viewers. It's better to have it just load the front cover, and then as they want to flip into interior pages like this in the preview screen, they can do it themselves. If you double click, it will open a full screen version of that. You can also add music or an audio soundtrack. Again, that makes the file larger, and larger is not necessarily good in this instance. Okay, on the left here, you'll see that HTML is what is highlighted, and you can see that there's some HTML code here. You can see the first little bit says that it's 420 pixels wide by 272 pixels tall, and that this is a div. So this is a self-contained div that you can put in your manually coded HTML layout. And if you are using something else, like one of these various web publishing platforms, it will provide like a simpler short code to incorporate in one of these, other publishing platforms. This instance, we're going to put it on a Joomla page. So here's some short code that is designed to incorporate into Joomla's PHP-driven web publishing platform. So what I'm going to do is double click to make sure that I select all of the text, and we're going to save this text. I'm using text edit on a Mac. You know, this all works on any browser, any platform. But we're just going to save this code for the next tutorial, which will be about placing this in the Joomla page. Thanks for watching.